Memorial Day, the day we as Americans take time to pay homage and tribute to those who made the ultimate sacrifice in service of our nation for God and country. Days where people go over to cemeteries all across the nation to mourn the loss of their loved ones, where we as Americans remember that freedom is never free and that the ultimate sacrifice for freedom is made by the best of us. Unfortunately, this past weekend, this is one of those times that I can say that I'm ashamed of being an American, because someone had the temerity to post this photo, and Donald Trump's son, decided to post this tweet. The family that gave up everything to save America, thank you. And Eric Trump reposting it with the quote, "And we will do it again." I'm disgusted by this tweet. I am thoroughly disgusted as a man, as an American, as the son of a soldier, as a human being. I am fucking disgusted by this. So you're equating the sacrifices of our men and women in arms to the sacrifices that Donald Trump and his family has made? What sacrifices have they made for our country? If you're talking about monetary sacrifices, that's not a sacrifice. Because Trump made millions of dollars. His family has made millions of dollars while Donald Trump was president. But the sacrifice that I'm talking about, the real sacrifices that I'm talking about, especially on the day of Memorial Day and the past weekend, where people were getting ready to do barbecues and shoot off fireworks, and people in places, across businesses across the nation were flying the flag half-mast, while parades and celebrations were going on. This weekend I saw a celebration at the U.S. Capitol, which Donald Trump had people attack because he lost the election. So what sacrifices has Donald Trump made in defense of this nation? What ultimate sacrifice have they made in defense of this country, in defense of our rights, in defense of everything that this country is supposed to be about? Are you talking about the sacrifice of Lieutenant John R. Fox, United States Army, who died in Italy during the Second World War? Or maybe you're talking about Army Private First Class William Thompson, died during the Korean War, receiving the Medal of Honor for saving his platoon while wounded. Or maybe you're talking about the level of sacrifice your family made as James Anderson Jr. did, Private First Class United States Marine Corps, Medal of Honor recipient posthumously after he jumped on a grenade and saved his platoon in Vietnam. How about United States Army Captain Riley Leroy Pitts, died in Vietnam, receiving the Congressional Medal of Honor posthumously? Is that the sacrifice you're talking about, Eric? Or maybe you were talking about the sacrifice that your family's made that seems to be the same kind of sacrifice made by Erwin Cash, Sergeant First Class United States Army 1st Battalion 15th Infantry Regiment 3rd Infantry Division, recipient of the Medal of Honor and the Bronze Star Medal and the Silver Star, died in Iraq. Is that the kind of sacrifices that your family made, Eric? You didn't sacrifice a fucking thing in your entire life, Eric. Your father, that idiot Donald Trump, has never sacrificed anything for the service of this country. So don't sit there and tell me on Memorial Day, where we celebrate our war dead, where we remember the true sacrifices of this country, by sitting there and repeating and reposting a post saying that the family that sacrificed everything for America. You didn't sacrifice the fucking thing. None of you in that entire family did. You see, the real sick part about this is you're doing this on Memorial Day weekend, because you actually posted this is on Saturday morning, which how it came to my attention. You say your family sacrificed for country. You didn't. Your father ducked the Vietnam War, but not in the way that Muhammad Ali ducked it, because it was an unjust war, and African Americans are being asked to fight for a country that barely had any respect for them, any kind of freedoms for us. You ducked out of the Vietnam War because you are a coward. You didn't stand up and say the war was wrong. You didn't go into the war and fight like so many others, the people I mentioned, have done for this country for over 250 years. You are a coward. Eric, you are a coward. The rest of your stinking family are cowards. And I'm sorry I'm getting angry about this, because maybe I should just let this go, but I can't. I cannot do that. I can't let this go. Now, my father served in the military, and thankfully he served in the Gulf War and he came home. A lot of other guys didn't. I have family members and friends who still serve this country today that have lost friends and family to enemy action. A member of my church is a United States Marine. When he graduated boot camp, he came back to our church in his dress blue uniform. We were all so incredibly proud of him. What service have you done, have any of you in Donald Trump's orbit and his family have done to serve this country? The answer is nothing. And just because I'm the kind of person I am and I just want to piss Donald Trump supporters off, I'm going to tell you someone who did serve this country in the United States military. His name was Joseph Robinette Bill Biden III, the son of the President of the United States, Joe Biden. I know it's going to piss you off. I know. I don't give a shit. You forced me into this when you posted that shit. So here we are. Joined the Delaware Army National Guard in 2003 and attended the Judge Advocate General School in the University of Virginia. Made it all the way to the rank of Major in the Judge Advocate Corps as part of the 261st Signal Brigade in Seymour, Delaware. His unit was deployed to Iraq on October 3rd of 2008 and sent to Fort Bliss, Texas for pre-deployment training. Oddly enough, that was the day before the vice presidential debate of 2008, in which, of course, Joe Biden debated against Sarah Palin. He was over there for a year in a combat zone, which included a 7-month deployment into a combat zone with the Judge Advocate Corps. He received the Bronze Star for his service in the combat zone. He wasn't killed in action in Iraq. However, he passed away at the age of 45 to an unfortunate brain tumor. The Biden family knows about service to country. Eric, your family knows jack shit about service to country. Service to the flag, service to what makes this country supposed to be, service to the Corps, service to the military. By posting this, you have insulted our soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, Space Guardians, Guardsmen, and reservists. You have spit in the face and the graves of those who serve our country proud and those who made the ultimate sacrifice. I don't know what makes you think that you can't turn off your ego for one fucking day. One day. Just one. You can't even shut off your ego for a day like this? Or you just been so trapped in this ego trip of yours that you see that there's no way out of it. And worse yet, a good portion of this country is feeding that ego at the expense of our troops, at the expense of our war dead. And that's what makes me even sicker. Those of you who turn a blind eye to what Donald Trump has said and done, show me and show the rest of this country that you don't give a damn about the flag. You just use it as a prop. You don't give a damn about Memorial Day or Veterans Day or any other day that's set aside to honor our troops. To you, they're just props. They're just cannon fodder to make sure Donald Trump lives the good life. I'm sick of it. I am so physically sick of it. Trump insulted our nation, our country, our war dead for power, for prestige, and God knows wherever else he wants. Enough is enough. You crossed the line with me, and I and the rest of this country will never, ever forget or forgive. CTP, know the truth. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.